Imagine this. You walk in the door after work only to be faced with unwashed clothes, a sink full of dishes, and piles of paperwork that need to be sorted. Your living room surfaces are covered in clutter, you're overwhelmed, and there is just too much to do. Sound familiar? A few years ago, I felt exactly the same way. Practicing minimalism literally changed my life. Here are 5 lessons I've learned from nearly 8 years of living a simpler life. Lesson number 1. Minimalism means different things to different people. For some, it might mean getting rid of nearly everything they own and living with just the essentials. For others, it might just mean reducing clutter so they can focus better at work or with their families. For most of us, practicing minimalism doesn't need to be extreme to work. For instance, if you're someone who loves to decorate your home, you don't have to throw out everything. Instead, get rid of items that aren't serving you and purchase decor less often and more mindfully. Limit purchases to items that really fit your daily life and that you know you'll use often. This way, you can enjoy what you have without cluttering up your home with things that you don't need. But what if this sounds hard or restrictive? Will this new minimal mindset actually improve your life? This brings us to lesson 2. More choices don't make us happier. Research shows that too many choices can lead to decision fatigue and feelings of overwhelm. When we finally do choose, we find ourselves wondering if any of the other choices would have been better, and so we feel less satisfied. This is known as choice paradox. Choice paradox is what takes simple tasks like choosing new shoes and turns it into a 3-hour marathon of pursuing thousands of shoe choices online. It can even impact important life-altering decisions, as proven by a study that found people's retirement investment rates decreased when they were offered too many investment choices. But how does minimalism change this? Can it help us avoid overwhelm? Lesson 3 shows us that it can. A study conducted by UCLA found that women who used language that described their homes as messy or unfinished showed negative daily patterns of mood and unhealthy cortisol levels. When we feel that our spaces are cluttered, disorganized, and overwhelming, it impacts our mental health. Simplifying our environments can help reduce stress and improve our well-being. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the clutter in your home, try starting small. Choose an easy win and focus on decluttering and organizing a space you use often. If that's too much, follow the advice of decluttering expert Dana K. White and just do the dishes. You might be surprised at how much better you feel when you're surrounded by a clean and tidy environment. Lesson 4. Minimalism gives us our time back. When we have fewer possessions, we don't spend as much time caring for them or making decisions about them. This can free up time and energy for other things, like spending more time with our families or pursuing a hobby we really want to do. Think about how much time you spend cleaning your home or maintaining your stuff. Now imagine if you had fewer things to take care of. Letting go of things you don't really need or that you don't really enjoy could give you hours back to spend on what matters in your life. This brings us to lesson 5, focus. We're constantly bombarded with distractions ranging from hundreds of emails to a pile of dirty laundry calling us to come clean it. Feeling that we constantly need to do something else makes us less productive. We can't focus. And the result is less creativity, less attention, wasted time. When we create a clutter-free environment, we can reduce visual and mental distractions that pull us away from what we really want to do. Imagine trying to write an important email or finish a creative project in a cluttered and chaotic workspace. Your eyes might wander to that pile of papers on your desk, the stack of books you haven't read, that pile of coffee cups by your sink, and it distracts you from the task at hand. By minimizing and keeping only what we need or really enjoy, we can create calm and focused spaces that help us better pay attention and be more productive. Here are some practical tips for those interested in getting started. Identify what you use regularly and what you don't, and get rid of the stuff that you don't. You can donate items that are in good condition and recycle or dispose of the rest. If you really don't know where to start, check out the blog and YouTube channel A Slob Comes Clean for tips on what to do if you are completely overwhelmed with your stuff. This is a channel I personally listen to and find very inspirational. Next, take a look at your habits and routines. If you're constantly looking at social media and browsing online shopping sites, think about setting time limits for your online activities. And instead of trying to multitask and do everything at once, prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. By adopting minimalism, you can regain your time and attention and create a more intentional and fulfilling lifestyle. To learn more about the science behind how too much stuff affects our lives, watch this video next.